First question, Coach, will be here on the left.
Blair Kirchhoff from the Kansas City Star. Bill, about Elijah's game, could you talk about the ball movement that led to those two threes that got you going?
You know, he made his first two shots he took were right after the whistle blew too, and he made both of those. I mean, he had a chance really to have a monster game. But I thought that after, we were stale early offensively, obviously, but I thought after we kind of, the 12-minute timeout or something like that, I thought the ball moved pretty well. And the way that they played, they trapped off different people, but a lot of times they came off of a guarded trap, and we were able to make some extra passes. And I don't know if he benefited from that as much, but certainly, they played to make us beat them from the perimeter, and he was able to do that.
Front row here on the left side.
Hughes Ritter from AP. Bill, can you kind of let us in on what you talked to him about before the game? And with a streaky shooter like that, do you have to sort of pick your moments to have that kind of conversation?
Well, no, not really. What he's talking about, his uncle passed middle of last week, and services were Tuesday. So his family wanted him home, so he left Sunday and came back Tuesday night late. So he was away from the team for 3 days, and so that's what he was talking about. But yesterday when I was watching him practice, I felt like it looked as pure as it's looked all year long to me, and I told him that, but that didn't trust me, that didn't have anything to do with him making shots today. But yeah, I think he's just was very confident today, kind of like he was last time we played in College Station.
Swing to the right side.
CJ Morris, CBSSports.com. Coach, do you feel like the way that they played you, packing the paint and wanting you to beat them from the perimeter, is that the way you think a lot of teams will play you here in the postseason?
It depends. It depends on who we play and how they play. I think it's good to, this was an interesting deal for us today. It's very minor, but they started small. So, in the NCAA tournament, you're going to play, like tomorrow we'll play against two bigs. But in the NCAA tournament, in the first round game, for sure, you're going to play against a perimeter four-man. Well, they started Middleton at the four. That was good for us. It made me nervous, but it was good for us. And kind of us adjusting to how we play that way. But, I don't think teams, at this point, moving forward, I don't think that teams necessarily change who they are just for scout report. They may double off a guy or something like that, but I think teams are going to play the way they played all year long for the most part.
Okay, let's move to the left on the aisle.
Coach Self, Terry Davis out with Austin Villager. You shot 61%. Was it something you saw in their defense, or it's a scouting report, or your team just had an abnormal great shooting night?
Well, don't call it abnormal. We've actually made shots before, but going 10 or 15 from three, there's been numerous times that we've shot a high percentage, but we get a lot of layups. Today, we got a lot of open looks from deep, but I don't think there was anything. A&M statistically is as good as any team in our league defensively, and they don't give up points. Rather than us talking about our shooting percentage, the most amazing thing is we got 83 on them when we didn't get off to a good start at all. But there's nothing that was, one thing that's helped us is LeBeau gets 2 fouls and plays 5 minutes the first half. That changes the whole complexion of their team. So, I don't know if it was anything we saw, but we benefited from that, obviously.
Other questions for Coach? Right on the left. Right.
Danny Spielberg, RussianCourt.net. Coach, A&M kind of threw the first punch. Are they a tougher team to play than their record would suggest?
I think they're pretty good. I do. I think if Billy and his staff have had their full complement of players the whole year, that'd be an NCAA tournament team. No question. I thought yesterday they played well, and I thought that they played better than the score indicated. When you have Turner and LeBeau and Middleton and the other Turner Elston out there, you've got 4 guys that can score, and that's one thing that they labor with all year long is scoring, because they haven't had all their parts. I think they're harder for us to play against. Plus, my old assistant, he knows our stuff better than I do. So I'm sure that he puts a lot of emphasis on the scout to take away some things.
Closing questions now for Coach. So on the left.
Coach, Reed Forgrave here with FoxSports.com. I know this is looking ahead, probably a little too far than you'd like.
Well, let's don't do it then.
How special would it be if the title game would be you and Mizzou here?
It would be special. That means we win tomorrow. That's all I'm thinking about. We got our hands full big time tomorrow. And I kind of like what Elijah said when the question about beating a team a third time. It's true. I think it's hardest to beat a team a third time. But because I think sometimes the psychological advantage goes to the team that you beat. But maybe it's with you if you handle things right and that kind of stuff. But we played pretty good against Baylor both games, but we haven't got their best shot yet. And I anticipate getting their best shot tomorrow because they're so talented. It's a joke. And Pierre's as good as any guard around. So it'll be an interesting next 24 hours trying to get ready.
Final question on the left.
Darren Hellweg with KBIA Radio. Bill, they mentioned that your guys took a pretty good shot there early from A&M, and then they put a real nice run together. You got a lead, you got that timeout, and you looked like you were having a real good time out there. And I've seen that a few times this year. Is there something about this season or this bunch of guys that you're just particularly enjoying this year?
Well, I'm a good actor. But I think they like each other, and one thing that if you, it's a minor thing, but if you really watch our team, when we play our best, the ball really moves, and Tyshawn made 2 threes in a row, comes down, takes an awful shot. So what does Thomas do? Takes an awful shot right after Tyshawn. Everything we do is contagious, and so when we're on a roll, we're fun to watch, and when we're not, then we're not very fun to watch. But I think that's the thing I've liked most about them is that for the most part, they're pretty selfless.
Okay, Coach. Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.